Hey, kia ora. Whoops, sorry. Just putting you back in my phone order. Kia ora, Helen, Brahms here, coming to you live from Solana Beach. I just stopped to pick up my mail. So, where am I now? I am sitting in my car in Solana Beach on my way to pick up Sparkles, and then we're heading off to back to Wilderness Lakes for a few days before we head down to back to San Diego. Had a great trip. Let's see if I can turn this fan down a little bit. Sorry, it's a little warm out here. Total opposite of what I was experiencing in New Zealand, go figure. Great flight home. When did I get back? Oh God, I don't even remember. Yesterday, great flight home yesterday. Very smooth. And I have to say, I love flying Air New Zealand, and the reason I love flying Air New Zealand so much is because the landings are so smooth. You just touch down and roll. The only way you know you're actually on the ground some of the time when you're flying with Air New Zealand, well, in my experience when flying with Air New Zealand, the only way I know when I'm on the ground is when the engines suddenly go into reverse, because their landings are so smooth. Not like a lot of the domestic flights in the US where it's bang, roll. They're very smooth landing, and then engines. And so we had a great landing into LAX yesterday. Good drive down to San Diego where I got to spend the night with Chris and Ash, which was awesome. So thank you guys so much for the bed last night. Today I'm off to pick up Sparkles and go get settled in. Got a car full of, I just picked up my mail in Solana Beach. There was a few packages sitting there waiting for me. So I'm kind of excited to get into those and see what's coming, because some of them I don't even know what's in them, which is always cool. So it's like Christmas Day in the middle of the month, in the middle of the, what is it, July. Jeepers, I don't even know where I am. So some of the things that I learned while traveling was the importance of family, and how much not staying in touch can affect everybody, because it seemed like we didn't have enough time together to catch up. It was a great time catching up with those that I got to catch up with. I mean, I got to catch up with both my brothers, with my sister-in-law, with my two of my nephews. Didn't get to see my nieces or my other nephews. Got to catch up with cousins. Some I haven't seen in 12 years. Got to catch up with aunts and uncles, again, ones I haven't seen in 12 years. So it was just a great trip of reconnecting and confirming with me the importance of family, how important family is. It was great going down memory lanes as well with a lot of people, with some of the funny stories that we remember from our childhood and stuff. Learning new things about parents is always a good thing. So I got to learn some new stuff about my parents. Had always known that my father-in-law and my dad had very similar names. Like my dad's first name and middle name, if you reverse it, it's my father-in-law's name, which was kind of cool. And then to find out my mother-in-law's nickname, my mum used to be called that nickname when she was growing up. So, and I never knew that. So it's kind of like all this kismet, I don't know what you want to call it, coming together. But it was great, and some of the stories and that we got to share, learning about new things that's happening in people's lives. You know, like meeting cousins' spouses and their kids. You know, last time I saw them 12 years ago, they were just single, and all of a sudden now they're married and they've got, you know, kids. So it was and yeah, I've been following them on Facebook and connecting with them on Facebook, but it was that in-person connection. And instead of just getting that snippets that you get on Facebook, it was good to actually sit down and talk with them and find out, you know, what's happening in your life, what's going on, and just catching up with them. It was amazing, and just reminded to me just that bond that families can have, and how important that bond is, not just in your childhood and stuff, but also you know, because some of the stuff that you did as a kid with your cousins or with your siblings has an impact on you later in life that you don't realize. And one thing I learned back then was the importance of family. So I'm so glad that I reconnected with everybody that I got to connect with. A little sad I didn't get to connect with some people, but you know, things happen, life happens, people get sick, other things come up that take priority because you know, that's the way life is, and that's okay. You know, we'll catch up with them next time. It's not a problem. But just staying in touch with family, I think, is important. So to my New Zealand family, I promise, this is my promise to you guys, that I'm going to try and stay in touch more often than I have been over the last 6 to 12 years, depending on when I last saw you. Yeah, it was a great I had a lot of relaxation. Got to visit a lot of places. I got to visit some places I hadn't seen in a long time, some since my youth. So that was kind of fun. No, it was a great time, great memories. Got some gaps filled in on the family tree too, which was always awesome to get those gaps filled in or get questions answered when it comes to genealogy. And me being, that's been one of my major hobbies is genealogy. So it was good from a family connection point of view as filling in some of those gaps I have. The only problem is that now I have new mysteries to solve, but that's good because I love doing that. So that's me for now. I am now going to go and mosey my way on over to pick up sparkles and get rid of the stuff that's in the back of my car and get it put away in sparkles and figure out what's in all these packages. So I hope you're having a super fantastic sparkling day. I know I am. It's very warm here compared to what it was in New Zealand. In New Zealand we were probably around the 50s, maybe low 60s, low 60s in some areas, but mainly in the 40s and the 50s. So for those of you who want the Fahrenheit, for those of you who want the Celsius, we were in single digits and some of the low double digits. So I think there was a couple of times we got up to 17, but it was awesome. And now I feel like I'm cooking. And I just found out that the forecast for this week where I'm going to be staying is close to 3 digits Fahrenheit, which is around 40 degrees Celsius for my New Zealand family. So I'm getting thrown right back into it. So hope the AC is working on sparkles. That's all I can say. So have a super fantastic sparkling day. Remember, go hug your family, love your family, reconnect with them. I understand that there's some families where that may not happen because of traumas and stuff that have happened in the past. But for those of you who have a slight connection with your family or a great connection with your family, just go give them a hug, tell them you love them, pick up the phone, give them a call, send them a card. Drop them a line, send them a message, just say, hey, was thinking of you, so know I love you and how important you are in my life. Okay, so go reconnect with your family. That is your task for today. And I will be back later today if I am still awake. Oh yeah, jet lag thing, not a problem this morning. Although I was awake at 3 o'clock this morning, which if it was New Zealand time, would have been like 10 p.m. So I was in bed at my normal time of sleep and then awake at 3 o'clock, which I noticed I've been doing a lot lately. So waking up around 3 o'clock in the morning, wake for about an hour or so and then back to sleep again. I actually slept in and didn't wake up till 8 o'clock this morning, which was, I think it was 8:20. Might have been 8:20. Yeah, and I don't usually sleep that late, so. But I feel great, a lot of energy. Oh my gosh, I forgot the totally important part. So, I'm on the larger side of things as far as body shape goes. And so one thing I did when I was away is I was kind of aware of what I was eating because there's all this great food in New Zealand that I've missed over the years and I wanted to sample it again. But I was with my parents. We were walking 2 to 3 miles a day, which was awesome. And one thing I've had on the planes lately when I've been flying is I've had to ask for a seatbelt extender because there's been about this much, all of 2 inches, an inch to 2 inches where I can't quite get those pieces to connect. So so what I kept thinking about every time I started eating, I was starting to move my mind, to get my mind set going in a different direction, is every time I ate, I was grateful for the food I ate and was thankful that it was firing up my fat burning furnaces. And I have no idea what my weight was before I left for New Zealand. I still don't know what my weight is right now, and I really don't care. To be honest, they're just numbers on a scale. It's how I feel in my body. And one thing I learned was that my body has a lot of energy to burn because I was firing up these fat burning furnaces. So every time I was grateful for the food I had and the fact that this food was firing up my fat burning services. When I got on the plane in New Zealand yesterday, whatever day it was Saturday for you guys here in the States, Sunday for those in New Zealand. So when I got on the plane, before I call the air hostess to ask for the seatbelt extension, I always try the seatbelt to see how far off I am. Clicked it in, no problem at all, and still had space. I was like, so I had gone from about this much being short on the seatbelt connecting with the buckle to actually doing the buckle up and still having space. So it wasn't a tight click. It was a good click with space. So I could actually tighten the belt a couple of inches, which was I was absolutely wrapped with that. So I'm going to keep on that mindset of everything I'm eating is fueling my fat burning furnaces, and that my excess fat that I have been carrying around for this time has done its purpose. I am done with it. I am sending it out into the universe for those who need to put it on in order to maintain their health. Because I know there's some people out there who are underweight, and for their health they've been told that they need to put weight on. So I am releasing my excess weight to those who need it, because the universe works in checks and balances. So if you've got a negative over here, you've got to have a positive over here for it. So the negative is this weight, the subtraction is the excess weight from my body to be added to somebody who needs it. So that is my new mindset. It has been working well. I just didn't realize how well it was working until I got on the plane yesterday and buckled in. And I know that there is some slight differences in seatbelt lengths and all of that, but they're pretty standard, but they're not that much that it's, you're talking 4 to 6 inches. There's not that much of a difference in them. And considering the fact I was basically almost in the same seat I was when I came out as well. So that was my big news, is change your mindset. Figure out what it is you want. And start changing your mindset to the fact that it's already happening, or what's happening, especially if it's to do with your body. I'm fired up. I got all this energy right now. I have no idea how much I have released, just that I know that it was enough to be able to not have a seatbelt extended, to buckle it in, and have some excess to pull in. So that was really exciting. Like, I'm sitting there in the seat doing this little dance, and then this girl comes and sits down next to me, and we're hoping the middle seat doesn't get occupied. The middle seat did not get occupied, and we fist bump each other and like, yes, because all these other seats were full around the plane, but further back there was some empty rows and stuff. So have a super fantastic sparkling day. I'm off to pick up sparkles. Yay! So lots of driving for me today. We will catch you guys later. Make it an awesome one. Go tell somebody who is important to you that you love them, that you appreciate them. And to those that you haven't connected with for a while, make that connection with them. Tell them how important they are to your life. Wish them a super fantastic sparkling day. Wish them lots of love. Tell them they're awesome. Whatever it is, just tell them that you appreciate them for being in your life. Until later, he konera.